7 months ago, I created a brand new account named Fast to Max with the intention of achieving maxcape in the shortest gameplay time possible. I haven't actively skilled in over 2 years at this point, since I hit 200 mil all skills in my level 3, so I knew there was a lot of new things I was going to have to learn. I hate restrictions, so we traded ourselves an absurd amount of money to ensure we only do the fastest methods we can. And we got started. At the very beginning, we set a goal of 50 days played. And with the very first episode, Hebox decided to also try the series himself. And that's when I realized 50 days played was a little bit too easy. Not long after the first episode, we moved our goal to 40 days played. With this change of heart, we had to take the run more seriously, and do methods like spec transfer woodcutting and multi-skilling herbler, thieving, and fire making. In a run that's nearly 1,000 hours long, there's bound to be mistakes, and we had our fair share of them. However, since I had unlimited GP for the sake of this series, about halfway through my run, after getting 14 mil crafting and smithing XP in just 1 hour, I was even further than originally expected, and I moved my goal one last time, to 35 days played or 840 hours. And today is the day. We are finally hitting our goal of buying the max cape. We will finish up the fawning of our stats, buy the sexy max cape, and then start all over again as an Iron Man. But before we do that, I still gotta show you guys how long this took. So let's jump into the grind. With what we left off at, these were the remaining stats for 99. It may look like a lot, but because you train combat during Slayer, I'll be getting 99 attack, strength, defense, and magic just from Slayer. I will also be training some cooking there, and fire making is already done because I'm only 20k off 99 at the moment. So if you really think about it, after we grind out 99 Slayer, we'll be finishing range and then we're done. Over the past 2 weeks, I was going super hard on Slayer, and honestly I didn't record much because I was nerd necking and being lazy about doing anything non-XP related. So here's my first clip where I'm already 97 Slayer. I accidentally logged out too fast, but I just hit 97 attack. And if you guys remember, before I did 99 mining, I was very stressed and worried about hitting all combats with 99 Slayer, as I felt like I was a little bit behind. Well, thanks to mining getting us nearly 4 mil magic XP, with Venge and Magic Imbue, we were very comfortable to get our combats by 99 Slayer now. There is no more stress. I stopped worrying about accidentally getting 99 Slayer before all my combats. However, there's still one small problem. My attack XP is a little behind. For example, when I was at 12.3 mil strength XP, I was only 11.5 mil attack, so I was 800k behind. My main weapon for task is Crystal Halberd, which does not have an option to train just attack. Its only option is shared, strength, or defense, and if I put it on shared, I gain an equal amount of attack, strength, and defense XP. So going by this, it's impossible for attack to catch up. The only way is to use the Bulwark, since it can actually train your attack. When camping Bulwark for these guys, it's important to only do 2 or 3 hits per login, because the Bulwark spec is like a nuke. It attacks anything within like a 7 square radius, so if something spawns, you'll accidentally aggro it with the spec. The in-game Slayer XP an hour was close-ish to the same as a Crystal Halberd, slightly less, but considering I only had to do 2 tasks like this, it wasn't that hurtful. However, since I was logging out every 8 ticks, the IRL time was probably 2 times longer. But the important thing from this task is that we know it's still great combat XP, and we'll hit our combats just like we want to at 99 Slayer. A little bit later, I updated my interface for the viewer experience, so now you guys can also see my XP an hour. And yes, this is exactly how we plan on finishing cooking. Thankfully, I have some room for range XP, and we'll see how much cook XP we end up getting. As you can see from the rates though, this task is about 180k Slayer and 290k cooking, which is insanely good. The range XP, despite being 400k, that will look like pennies compared to what you guys will see at the end of this video. At this point, this method is probably my favorite part of any Slayer method I've done on this account, as there's something really satisfying about seeing cook XP while throwing chins. I'm sure some of you agree. I will genuinely miss this method at the end. It's been a while since we've talked about Slayer points and how we're doing, just in case we don't run out. And being halfway to 99, I'd say we're doing great. I just finished my 397th task, which means I'm 3 tasks away from a nice point streak. On top of that, I still have 919 points to burn through. So at this point, I concluded it's probably okay to skip a Dark Beast or Abyssal Demon task here and there. I didn't want to abuse it too much because running out of Slayer points is my worst nightmare, but if I got assigned the maximum amount of either, which is 20 Dark Beasts or even like 180 to 200 Abyssal Demons, I ended up skipping them. Things were looking good. That holds true until we get near the end. I'm now 400k off of 99 Slayer, and I'm about to hit my first 99 combat, Mage. The reason that my XP rate on the stream is so horrible is nothing more other than I was doing this on stream and I didn't want to get 99 Mage yet, so I wanted to test chaining Abyssal Demons. From this XP rate, I quickly learned that I will not be doing this again. However, the past 100k XP or so has been genuinely painful with the amount of skips I've been doing. And I'm not talking about being cocky and skipping Abyssal Demons or Dark Beasts. I'm talking about my normal skip list, which isn't supposed to lose me infinite amount of points. Look closely at my top left client as I get 99 Mage here, and take a look at how many skips this takes. You just watched me go through 7 skips, aka 210 points, just for a task of 10 Dark Beasts, which is literally a 3-minute task. Welcome to my RNG of the last 500k Slayer XP. That RNG continued for a bit. So, fast forwarding to 442 task completions, I was now 170k off of 99 Slayer, and I had a plan. Being only 8 tasks away from my 450 streak, I decided to play it safe and waste time at Tutorial for like 15 minutes just to make sure I have enough points. I haven't done any tutorials since I started, so it's not the worst thing ever. Besides, at our 450 task complete, we'll be getting an extra 225 points, leaving us at 349 points, and with only 170k XP left, this should be more than enough, right guys? And after about 15 minutes of gaining literally 3k an hour Slayer, we completed our 449 task, and it was time to grab the 450 and finish up 99 Slayer. As you can see, it's not the greatest start as I already skipped 2 tasks. However, grabbing a Fat Spirit Warriors task, things were starting to look up. This task alone was going to be 35k Slayer XP gained, so I would only have 140k left to do. And of course, I was streaming my final session of Slayer the next day. The XP rate was looking good, only 145k left, the melee XP rate was looking good, everything was good. But now, it was time to get my first next task. And after burning 150 points, leaving us with 138 left, we got to Tsars. Following that task, we managed to use 3 more skips, getting ourselves another Tsar task and leaving us with only 2 skips left. In other words, we're fucked. Coming up near the end of our next Tsar task, we only have 90k Slayer XP left. The melee XP might look worrying, but it's really not. It turns out we don't need 99 defense through Slayer after all, because we have another way of getting it. So we only really need 122k attack and strength XP, which is easy as long as we get literally any melee task. I was not prepared for what's next though. I got Abyssal Demons. This task put me at 63k left, and honestly, if I got a Necrodil task here, that would literally be it, and then we would get 99 during that task. But good RNG does not exist on my account. So I skipped again, and I had to pull out my big brain, maybe small brain move. I have no clue. I reset my whole entire task streak and decided I'd do Turiel for the rest of my Slayer. This is how people get Inferno tasks. They reset their streak, and whenever they get a task that's not Tsar, they go to Turiel and do a quick 2 to 3 minute task. This was now going to be my strategy for the remainder 63k XP, where if I didn't get one of the 6 tasks that I've been doing for the last 6 mil Slayer XP, I'll just skip it this way. And I was not ready for what's next. another Abyssal Demon task. This time, I used as many bulwark specs as I could with a bunch of spec transfer ults because I really needed the attack XP. But Jesus Christ, I was just not prepared for the last 90k Slayer XP to just be Abyssal Demons. So my next task from Durado is cow fights. Remember how I said I talked to Turiel for a new task? Well, cow fights are the only task where I can't do that. Since Turiel and Durado can both assign them, even though Durado gives 170 and Turiel gives literally 20, now I have no way of skipping it. Therefore, I'm stuck killing all 170 of these cow fights. I mean, 30k Slayer XP ago, I was mentally done, but at this point, I would do pretty much anything to get out of this hellhole. Even yet another Abyssal Demon task, which officially screws me over on finishing 99 strength before Slayer. Don't get me wrong, ever since I went back to Slayer at 95 after mining, I genuinely had a blast and I was killing it, playing 40 to 50 hours a week and having fun the whole time. But man, I'd be lying if I said this last 170k XP did not negate all the fun I had. It easily made this the worst thing I've ever done in this game, and I don't know if I'm still triggered by it, but this was probably worse than Sins of the Father. I planned the melees perfectly, however, I didn't consider only getting Abyssal Demons for 3 tasks in a row and near the end with no points. So here's 99 attack, followed by 99 Slayer. Following 99 Slayer, we quickly finish 99 cooking at over 1 mil XP per hour. Then we get a gear up to finish strength, since Slayer RNG screwed us over. I didn't really have plans to finish 99 strength originally, so I decided to just head to Necreals and do the normal logout see how me method. I only needed 70k XP, so it was very quick. It only took about 6 minutes in game time. Here's the overdue 99. And with that out of the way, there's only one grind left. It's 90 to 99 range. We're going to be doing this inside of Raids 3, so we're going to bring back PVM JCW and hope this all works well. I've never done a Raids 3 in my life, but I did some testing one day before the session, and I learned what I needed to for this method. First of all, for those that don't know, we're going to be training range at some crocodile boss named Zebak. He is in the second room when entering Raids 3. This raid has multiple rooms and puzzles, so you have to complete the first puzzle before reaching Zebak. For some reason, and I don't know why, the day before I did this method, when I tested this on my ult, I logged out in the first room, just like I did here, and when I logged back in, there was no issues. I was able to advance to the next room. However, this time, on stream, for some reason, when I logged back in, I was shocked to see that I was back in the lobby. So, I lost a minute there, I had to regroup and restart to get back in. And so, jumping back in, I tried doing the puzzle with some quick help from my Twitch chat and booster, who were explaining the puzzle to me, someone who's never done this before or even seen this puzzle. I was atrocious at this, and honestly, after about 45 seconds of being productive, I ended up just logging out again, hoping that this time it wouldn't kick me out. And logging back in worked. It was now time to start our final 4-hour grind. Many of you are going to be super confused as to what this method is, why it's good, etc. So I'll try my best to explain it early on. Raids 3, or TOA, uses something called an invocation system. This allows players to customize the difficulty of a raid. The max amount of difficulty is 600, and in this run, I'm running at 575. At this level of difficulty, the XP multiplier gets cracked, and comparative to any other boss in the game, every time I hit a 110, I get a 4.9k XP drop. Some of you might also be confused as to why I'm always hitting a 110. The answer is the bow and bolts that I'm using. Ruby bolts have a special attack where they can proc and hit a 110 on a target with a lot of HP. With my bow special attack that I'm using every hit, it guarantees for the Ruby bolt to proc if it hits. This means that every time I don't hit a 0 when I click my special attack, I'm hitting a 110. In return, with the difficulty level, I'm getting a fat XP drop. Every little trip that I do, I'm using spec on fast to max, and then I have 7 other accounts in the raid, all played by the same beast spec transferring me. This allows me to have 8 specs each trip, and then I die as fast as possible and return back in and repeat. Since I never got a chance to finish up 99 defense from Slayer, I'm first gaining 70k defense XP on long range to finish up 99. Then I'll move to rapid, reset my tracker, and see what the best range XP rate we can get by the end of 99 is. Coming up is the first range level of many. Here's 91 range. Then, fast forwarding onto 92, I reset my tracker once I finished defense earlier on, and since then, I've gained 600k range XP, and we're at 1.91 mil an hour. The XP rate was looking hot at this point, and now we're halfway to 99. Following that, a little update with the next level up, we're now at 1.2 mil XP gained and 1.92 mil an hour, so the XP an hour was slowly going up. Now I'm level 94, I've officially done 1 hour at 1.92 mil an hour. So the question was, is this maintainable, and will my XP rate go up or down? At level 95, I was getting quite nervous about even maintaining 1.9 mil an hour anymore, because the XP rate was starting to slip. But now the tracker had 2 mil XP gained, and it looked very good. Because I was nervous about the XP dropping, I put my neck 2 inches from my monitor just to ensure that it only goes up from here on out. Things are starting to get a lot more consistent, and in just 1 level up, now at level 96, I managed to get my rate all the way up to 1.94. And at level 97, after seeing the XP rate climb yet another 20k, it was time for the ultimate challenge. Will we or will we not hit 2 mil XP per hour before 99? Being just 6k off the 2 mil an hour, things were getting close as hell. I just got level 98, and I only had 30 more minutes to get my XP rate to climb 6k more. And right before 99 range, at 7 mil XP gained, we fucking did it, boys. The 2 mil an hour dream came true. Oh, and nearly forgetting, we did get it on camera. Here's 99 defense. And the very grand finale of 99 range. From here, I still had 65 making XP to do, so it was a matter of logging out and getting everything ready in my alt to quickly buy the max cape. So imagine this, I'm just logged out, buying all the items you need to buy a max cape. It's located near the Warriors Guild, so I have to buy like a combat bracelet to teleport there, a tinderbox, an axe, all that good stuff. I'm doing all of this on my alt while my chat is distracting me, and I make a brutal mistake where I put in the number on the wrong side of the GE, and I buy 5,000 fucking combat bracelets. Hopefully this will be enough to get me to the Warriors Guild so we can buy our max cape. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The final login for 2277 total. Let's do it. And we fucking did it. After 7 months of grinding, 9 bill GP down the drain, we achieved the max cape. It is now time for the hours played. And there we have it, guys. 32 days, 23 hours, and 50 minutes. Or just shy of 792 hours. Absolutely smashed our goal of 35 days played, or 840 hours. But we definitely could not have done it without all the support from you guys. And of course, the person who joined the race as soon as I made my first video, Hebox. This time ends up being a world record and the first ever completed Maxcape speedrun. So thank you to Hebox for letting me have that, but the reality is, you were quicker than me. Without going too much in depth on where I lost hours, because I can do that in a future video, I expected this race to still be within 24 hours. I have no idea if this guess is right, but regardless, I'm very happy with the time I finished at. If I were to guess, I'd say I lost by 19 hours, but I could be very far off. Regardless, I think it's safe to say that both Hebox and I pushed each other to do methods that we would not have otherwise done, such as logout Sawyer or crystal smithing and crafting. Overall, it was a great race, I had a blast, and maybe in the future I'll get another chance for something else. All good things must come to an end. And, as many of you know, this is my first ever YouTube series, and hopefully there are many others to come. Thank you guys so much for the support and growth I've had over the last 8 months. And in the near future, I will make a video of an analysis of my overall thoughts of the run, and of course, it would make sense to have a Q&A section. So please reply to my pinned comment if you have any questions you would like for me to answer. Please don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or series. And of course, subscribe for more great content. Until next time, peace out, guys.